10, 9.
We lost Britt. How?
We didn't.
No, we didn't.
Oh God, today.
4, 5, 3, 2.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fumble Live. I'm Devin Howard on Instagram as @DevinHoward.
I'm Jackie Ray everywhere at JRay the Fanatic.
I am Britt Johnson. You can follow me on all social media at I am Britt Johnson.
And it's your boy Chris, everything CK2K.
All right, so we had a social distancing weekend. Did anybody do anything fun? Jackie, what'd you get up to?
So I tried to find a firearm this whole weekend. That's
Okay.
what I did this
Did you have any success at that?
So here's the thing. I had already signed up for classes because to get a firearm now you have to go through the gun safety and you have to take a class first and then you have to do a 7-day waiting period. So I tried to move up my class and it's impossible to do so to the point where they don't even think they're going to be able to have the class this Saturday because I guess everybody's buying firearms right now. So
That makes me feel safe.
Seriously, right?
So yeah, that's what I did. It was always on the agenda though. It's not because of the virus.
Who Chris with me? Chris, me, I'll go
I
first.
didn't hear my name. Sorry, my bad.
I had a virtual brunch with all my friends. It was so much fun. Like, we did a virtual brunch. We all went on like Zoom. There was like 8 of us or whatever, and we just like all made brunch and were cheersing and drinking, and it was actually really fun. It was good to like.
Did you guys do the virtual wash your hands thing before you all ate or what?
Yeah, we didn't.
I know we need to do that right now. Actually,
Thank you.
Come on, guys, got you.
Thank you. All right. Y'all two over there.
I suggest people do stuff like that because I know people have been kind of like anxious and whatever, like they can't be around people. I know later we're going to talk about some athletes that are having a little bit of trouble being quarantined by themselves. So I think doing stuff like virtual brunches and stuff like that is a good idea. We did lose Devin, I think. Did we?
Yes, we did.
We did. So Chris, you want to just tell what you did this weekend?
Yeah, my weekend was not as fun as getting firearms or virtual brunches, although I like that idea there, Britt. That's pretty dope. I literally, me and my girlfriend, we were just watching movies all weekend and just hanging out, played video games. I got a game that came on for the Switch. I was literally hanging out. This, to me, look, I have no problem with this quarantine and stuff because I normally, if I'm not playing basketball, I'm already playing games, making videos and stuff. So it was just another weekend for me.
What was the best movie you watched this weekend?
What did we see? We didn't see. Look, okay, this is funny. We do these things where we go down like we watch like trash movies and we like try to find a positive in them because we're that bored when we got nothing to watch. But we did see.
You turned into movie critics this weekend.
That's what we did, right? But no, we did see Ma, and I thought Ma was a lot better than people were talking about. I thought it was
pretty scary though.
No, it's not. It's more thrilling. It's more thrilling than scary.
Okay,
right. It wasn't that bad.
Also, you guys heard, like, we can watch all the movies that are in the movie theater. So I kind of think this is going to be the end of movie theaters as we know it. Because after this period, maybe they just start doing this now and letting people get those movies straight on demand, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm with that.
You guys, we have Joaquin Williams who gave us $10 in a super chat. I don't know if you already called that out when I was having technical difficulties, but Joaquin, thank you so much. That was really nice.
Shout out. Thank you.
We got another one from Pokey Sports gave us $2.
Oh.
Said Ray Day.
Thank you. Okay, you guys.
He just followed me on it. Hey Ray, I know who that is. Thank you.
Devin, we didn't hear what you got to do this weekend, Devin.
What did I took, I walked probably about 15 miles total.
Wow.
So most of my weekend just wandering around Santa Monica. Very exciting. It was a thrilling weekend. But let's jump in because there was somebody who did have a thrilling weekend. That was Jamal Murray. So he posted on Instagram a series of very, very bizarre photos and a NSFW, not safe for work, video of his girlfriend and him doing some private activities. And of course, a bunch of people saw it, recorded it. It's been going around online. don't watch it, just out of respect for everybody involved. Don't go out there and watch it. But he claims that he was hacked, and a lot of people online are saying that they don't believe that he was actually hacked. He said, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody, or I want to apologize to everybody. I was hacked for working on the problem, but a lot of people think that he just accidentally posted it or was recording their sexual activity on Instagram. Anyway, what do you guys think about all of this? Do you feel like he did this intentionally? Chris, I know we were talking about this before, so fill me in on what you think.
Intentionally, no. I'll give him benefit. I don't think it intentionally happened. That does not mean it wasn't stupid. Because like you said, we did talk about before we went live, and there are people that do prefer the Instagram camera than whatever camera their phones have, because you get the instant filters. It looks better in some people's cases and stuff like that. So I believe that while they were trying, I'm playing devil's advocate here. All right. I believe that, when them trying to do their little extracurricular video recording, he decided to use the IG video by habit, and he then uploaded it, and now he is blaming it on hackers, and it's making him look stupider than the initial post itself.
Okay, so I have a question. Oh, sorry.
Well, his girlfriend came out and basically admitted that it wasn't like a hacker. I actually have her post, if you guys want me to read it. She just posted this like an hour ago. She said, first and foremost, I want to say that we all make mistakes. However, I feel like this needs to be addressed. Unfortunately, an explicit video of me was accidentally uploaded to Jamal's account, which should never have made it there in the first place. I'd like to take this moment to apologize to any fans, kids, and the public in general who may have seen it. With that being said, this is our personal business, and the slandering sharing of this content needs to be stopped. Thanks for everyone who has been understanding and supportive at this time. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. And then in another post, she actually did say to please stop sharing the video.
Yeah.
Okay. Say, girl, bye. Because when you put something like this out, whether it was an accident or not, it's gonna get shared. And I'm sorry. And if you need to use filters to make stuff look better, then that's on you. And now that we got it, it's already on Pornhub, and I only know this because my friend sent it to me right before this live, and he was like, in case you want to see it, here it is. So once it's there forever. And here's the other thing. There's a side of me that I just really have to call BS, because we know this is Kim Kardashian's whole claim to fame. One good sex tape. Yeah. And then now you in there. So I'm just going to say, girl, bye. I appreciate the long post, but girl, bye. Ain't nobody buying that.
Here's what I'm thinking, or what I'm wondering. I know that there were a bunch of other weird photos that were posted. So do you think that Jamal posted the BJ video and then tried to cover it up and claim that it was a hacker by posting all this other random stuff?
Absolutely.
100%. 100%. Sorry, bro.
What can you do at that point? Obviously, he didn't intentionally post it, but it made it on social media, so he has to say it's hackers. But then the girlfriend came out and basically confirmed it wasn't a hacker. She said it was an accident. It was accidentally posted. So I don't know. I think that two need to get their stories straight together.
Yes.
Before they start posting.
So what probably happened is she was down. She didn't like the lighting, and she was like, let's do the Instagram filter. And then, oops, one little send. That's what happened. I'm telling you, that's what happened.
At all. She said, look, that thing out there, look. I don't know what to tell you. Man.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot better in this type of situation when you do have a sex tape that's leaked. You should just kind of come forward and say, oops, instead of trying to do this whole roundabout, I got hacked, we're working on the problem. Because then when stories don't line up, it's pretty obvious and people can figure out the truth.
Honestly, if they just would have said less, and not said anything, we already would move on to other news, But the fact that she literally keeps posting stuff. Again, she just posted again and said, you guys, I get that I'm getting the slander, but leave my brother out of this, because I guess people are messaging her brother now. But I'm like, you're fueling the fire here. You're fueling the flames. You're putting more gasoline on that flame because you keep saying stuff. If you just were quiet, delete your social media for a couple days, and then people are going to forget about you. There's a lot of other things going on in the world, and I think the longer you keep talking about it, the more we keep talking about it. So I think both of them just don't even need to say anything and just go off social media for a few days and do whatever they're doing offline.
Yeah. Without the Instagram filter. Stop using filters. You won't get caught up again. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's been I've seen a lot of these tweets. A lot of people are making fun of Jamal's manscaping habits and
people
focusing on all this extra.
Needs to be hung.
What was that, Chris?
They're saying that his jersey needs to be hung up in the raft. Like, Twitter's going wild right now.
I know. It's been crazy.
It's unfortunate, though. I feel their pain. You know, that sucks because, like, I'm sure there's been a lot of us that have posted something that like, oh, we shouldn't have posted that or whatever the case. Of course, it's not as graphic or as bad, but that's unfortunate. It really is.
Yeah, it's funny though. I mean, it's funny. At least to me. Am I the only one laughing at this situation? I don't know. Let me know.
At least that is her boyfriend. You know, like. That's her boo, you know. At least it's not with some random stranger, and he's like posting or an ex that they're posting revenge porn, which is actually legal in the state of California. But like, that's her boo though. So she's like, where she's like, this is our own private business or whatever. Yeah, you guys are together, so that's the good part of it. Is it wasn't some random thotty bopper or some random your ex-boyfriend posting some old stuff of you. Like, at least they're actually together. So maybe this will make their relationship stronger.
Yeah, at least they've got a good active sex life. They're social distancing. They're not staying 6 feet apart, that's for sure, but they're having some fun together, so good for them. Let's move on. Let's get into our next story. The Olympics. Okay, so there's kind of a bit of a timeline here that we need to go through. So I think it was on Sunday, Canada announced that they wouldn't be sending their athletes to the Olympics in Tokyo this summer. There's been a big question mark over the Summer Games just because of the coronavirus. We've seen all these other leagues and tournaments be canceled except for the Olympics. We have a super chat in here that I want to call out really quickly before we get in. Kevin Shell gave us $10. Thank you, Kevin. That was really nice of you. He gave us $2 and
he tried to get us. Nice try, Kevin. Appreciate
it. The clickbait. I love it.
It worked for a second, and then we caught ourselves. Okay, so now I lost my notes on my computer. Okay. They said about sending their athletes to the Olympics that it wasn't just they weren't just concerned about the health of the athletes themselves. It was about public safety. Australia was following suit and preparing its athletes for the possibility of a 2021 Summer Olympics, and actually that was just announced that is what they're doing. So the Olympics, according to USA Today, have been officially postponed, likely to 2021. They're working out all of the details over the next month or so. Veteran Olympic Committee member Dick Pound said that they are wanting to postpone it just because of the outbreak that's going on. The parameters going forward have not been determined, but the games are not going to start on July 24th. That much I know. So this is a huge update in the wake of the coronavirus outbreak. Jackie, what are your thoughts on them postponing the Olympics for at least another year?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was coming. It was just one of those things that I think the Olympics are always fun to look forward to because you have all these amazing athletes, and especially right now, I love gymnastics. That's my favorite event, and we've been seeing all these amazing routines on Instagram and Twitter that I was like, yes, I'm ready for it. And then now it's like, wah, wah. So my feelings are a little hurt, especially when you've taken all of our March Madness, the NBA, and maybe the NFL will be postponed. But at the end of the day, I do think we're going to get some more amazing routines because they just have more time to train. And then, but I mean, we all knew it was coming, especially in the capacity of the setting that was going to be in. It wasn't a matter of if, it was more a matter of when. But I mean, I think my only thing would be like, okay, so are the Olympics, since we're going to postpone it a year, does that mean the next Olympics is going to be in 3 years, or are we just going to, how does that schedule work? Yeah. And I haven't really heard an answer on that. But I mean, again, safety first. These athletes are amazing, and we love what they do.
2 weeks to a month before their competitions actually start. So I think just because they have to get geared up and get there soon, and then obviously these are the best athletes in the world, and just their training, they've been training for the last 3.5 years. And so for them, like, get up to that moment, their diet drastically changes, all this stuff. So I think just preparing them and not making them go through all this extra stuff if it's going to be postponed is just like the best bet for them. That's just like helping these athletes out, so they're not going in under these, like just like with bodybuilding, anything, like usually it's like a couple weeks before your competition you start doing other stuff, and like they've been doing the same thing. So I think the sooner that they know, it's better for them, especially some of the older athletes that like maybe this was going to be their last time competing in the Olympics. To have it pushed back a year is going to be a drastic thing for them, because they literally build up their training to get to that point, and now we're a couple months out of when they were supposed to compete. So that's obviously derailed their training a lot. It's not even necessarily a good thing for them, because some of them might have been on like the tail end of their career, and they're like, I don't know if I can put my body through this for a whole nother year, because those athletes have the most insane training schedules and insane like diets and stuff like that. So now having to wait a whole nother year is going to be like, some athletes, we might see some of them end up dropping out, or some of them might get injured during that time, that they have to now wait another year and continue training. So but as far as like with the NBA, I just think it's totally different things. The NBA could do a pickup game of basketball and 2 weeks later start playing again. But the Olympic trainers, like these guys train for years and years. Most of them their whole lives to even get to this point. So it's going to derail and change a lot of things for a lot of these athletes, which is unfortunate. But like Jackie said, their safety matters just as much as everybody else's, and there's thousands and thousands of them that come together in Japan, and there's kind of no way they could have had that continue on with all the stuff with the coronavirus.
Speaking of the coronavirus, I want to jump into another story, an update on Rudy Gobert's condition. He has reportedly lost all of his sense of taste and smell, and that's been a symptom that a lot of doctors are seeing in coronavirus patients. But yeah, he posted on Twitter and said, just to give you guys an update, loss of smell and taste is definitely one of the symptoms. Haven't been able to smell anything for the last 4 days. Anyone experiencing the same thing? But despite having that new symptom, he does say that he's feeling a bit better. I think this would be so alarming to be, feeling relatively well, but then you suddenly lose your sense of taste and smell. Chris, what do you think about that? What do you think about Rudy's condition and this like bizarre new symptom that he's dealing with?
I think it just further shows how unknown this whole thing really is, and like you said, that's scary, like, especially when you're starting to feel better, you're getting over it, and then this new thing comes in. It's like, does that mean it's coming back? Does this mean that, like, what does that mean? And I think that these kind of things just continue to show why we need to be practicing social distancing, need to be staying at home, need to be quarantining ourselves, because look, just because it might not be happening to you or somebody like it could, you know what I'm saying? And to me, that's kind of freaky, man. That's kind of freaky. Yeah. Especially.
Yeah, I wonder if it's something he will get back, or are they regaining this? Is it something that's lost forever? Like, and obviously, like you said, Chris, we don't really know a whole lot about it, so it's crazy to know like how the long-term effects, if any, that this could have on him or anybody else.
Yeah, I'm also concerned about like his mental state, because first of all, you're self-isolating, you're all alone kind of dealing with this. That your teammate Donovan is fine now. He has no symptoms at all. And so I wonder if there's a side of him that's like depressed, number one, and number two, feeling tremendously guilty now, because now I think when your symptoms are continuing and everyone else's symptoms are kind of dwindling off, you kind of have to feel like, okay, this definitely probably started with me. I was probably the one who spread this, when at first I even said, like, we don't know who did it. We just know that they tested him first. So I don't know. That's been my thing through this whole situation, is people literally, I saw a wife on Instagram, and she'd been in the hospital for 2 weeks and hasn't been able to see her kids and her husband. That kind of isolation from the people you love when you're dealing with a situation where you don't know if you infected other people, you have symptoms developing, and just really dealing with it by yourself. That's probably the hardest part that it would be for me. You know what I mean? So I just feel for him right now going through this. So yeah.
I will say that based on some of the articles I've been reading about the way the coronavirus can progress and how bad it can be in some people, if I were suffering from this virus, I would gladly lose my sense of taste and smell over these other symptoms that people are experiencing, where they like can't breathe and they're on ventilators. And I mean, it sounds like for a lot of people, it's a really scary, painful illness to be battling. And I'm so glad that we're all healthy and that the chat's healthy and we're feeling good. Let's switch gears really quickly, get into some NFL news. Odell Beckham Jr. is apparently on the trading block, according to some rumors. Niners Nation tweeted, quote, Odell Beckham Jr. is reportedly on the trading block. It'd be no secret that Kyle Shanahan is a fan. The 49ers would have all the leverage, so the team shouldn't need to include a first-round pick. So Beckham's cap hit for 2020 is $14.25 million, and San Francisco has about $17 million in cap space remaining. I guess the thoughts are that John Lynch can restructure a contract or two in order to create room for the incoming draft class, and then on top of that, they won't have to use their number 13 pick in the draft on a wide receiver and instead explore other areas with like a more favorable selection. So can you see this happening? I mean, I know that a lot of Kevin Shell this time actually gave us $15. So thanks, Kevin. What?
So, Kevin,
that was really nice of you, Kevin. We appreciate that. You're a real MVP.
He's like, watch this. No clickbait.
I love it.
He was just previewing what he was going to do.
Yeah, right.
All right.
They shot me out right. I'll give him some more.
So, Jackie, can you see Odell going to the 49ers? Is this something that you think has any sort of validity at all?
Wait. Can I see? I can see him getting out of purgatory. I don't care where it is. Shut up, Chris. First of all, I mean, like you said, it's no secret that Kyle Shanahan is a fan. I think Odell Beckham, I don't care what y'all say about Odell Beckham, he, to me, is a dope receiver. He did not deserve the death sentence that was Cleveland. And I don't care what y'all say. I am so excited about this rumor. I need it to become a fact. I think Odell Beckham over there with Garoppolo is just going to take them over that hump. So maybe we don't see a situation like we saw in the last Super Bowl. Maybe they get back. But yes, this needs to happen. If you need my help, call me. I will do what I can to help get Odell out of Cleveland and into San Francisco. I'm in love with this possibility. I really, really am.
Britt, what do you think? Is this something that you are in support of, or do you not like this potential trade?
I don't think it's going to happen. Obviously, the 49ers do need another receiver after letting go of Emmanuel Sanders. Shut up, you guys. Stay getting Emmanuel Sanders because I love him.
Love that.
So congratulations to you guys, but they do need a guy, and obviously it was predicted that they were going to use their 13th overall pick to get a receiver. I think that's what you need to do when you have a guy that's $14.5 million. That literally gives you less than $3 million to spend, and I don't know if a bunch of other guys are going to want to restructure their stuff in order to get Odell Beckham Jr. I don't think he's that hot of a commodity for you guys. He is great. Like, I love him, but I've said this over and over again. The Browns still need time. Like, let them figure their stuff out.
I'm saying.
Well, they can figure it out without Odell. Figure it out without Odell. He deserves better.
Chris, I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this?
Okay, I'll say this. Addressing what you said, if the rumor is true, yes, I do like the pairing in San Francisco. But I'm not buying the rumor to follow up that statement. I'm not buying it. And I do agree, like Britt said, we didn't even get to see them do anything with the guys that they had, and then on top of that, they still added on to that team that is still a talented team. We heard Myles Garrett will be back. They added on a tight end. It's like the weapons are there now. It's up to Baker to put together, and hopefully this new coach to lead them to some sort of victory, some sort of positive season this year. So
above 500. That's all I'm asking.
Oh God! See, no, that's not what you need. Odell, listen to me. Don't listen to them. Get out if you can. Get out.
Look,
Jackie,
man, I'm rooting for the Browns to get out of Victoria.
I don't think Odell is happy in Cleveland. I don't think he
Would
wants
you be
to stay
happy
there.
Nobody is happy in Cleveland. Let's just start
I've never
there.
been to
Nobody's
Cleveland,
happy
so
in Cleveland.
It's called LeBron.
I don't want to say anything bad about Cleveland. It could be really great. I've never been, but I don't think that he wants to stay there. I don't think that he's happy there. I think that if given the chance, he would jump and go to the 49ers. Personally, I would like to see him there. I think it could work really well. But I also can see that he hasn't had enough time to really like gel and develop chemistry with his teammates.
The real reason why you want to tell the real reason. Just go ahead and admit it. You just want Jimmy Garoppolo to have a wide receiver to throw to. Just admit it.
Yeah,
just
look,
say it out loud.
Okay, I do, but I don't want.
Question.
Yes.
Go ahead. Okay. If this happens though, does this put a little star next to Odell as a guy who cannot play with people and has to continually move to different teams? If he continues to do this and everybody uses the thing as he's not happy where he is, then that is going to put a stamp on his back as like he's a diva player and he doesn't like it anymore and he has to have his way all the time in order to be successful on the football field. And I don't want him to become that guy. He's very young in his career, and I don't think that him moving teams again is going to, and the reason being because he's not happy, that's going to be negative to him moving forward on future contracts.
But he's done everything he can to not have that stereotype. He has said all the right things. He has said, I'm happy, I'm going to stay. He has said the right things. Now, if in his heart of hearts he wants to leave, he's not wrong for that because it is not the place to be. And I understand that you guys are saying, oh, they have the weapons. They don't know how to shoot, though. So if you have a gun and don't know how to shoot, the gun is useless.
Okay, Jackie.
So, I'm just saying, Odell, listen to me. Get out. If you can, look, eye contact. Get out. Get out.
I also want to say that I do think Odell has already established that he is a diva and he is the type of guy to like jump ship and run to new teams. Joaquin Williams, again, really quickly, gave us he says OJ to Philadelphia.
I would co-sign on that.
Britt don't. I know Britt
I would co-sign on that.
He needs to not go anywhere near the NFC East because last time I don't want to be that team again that's in the most famous shot of Odell of all time making that crazy catch against my Dallas Cowboys. So I don't need to see Odell twice a year. I would appreciate not to see.
Yeah.
No, we would not.
His revenge against the Giants. That would be dope. I wouldn't be mad at that look.
I'm not here for that.
Anyway, I think that wraps up our Need to Know News segment. So Chris, throwing it to you.
Oh man, well this week's Post Up Quarantine edition is very packed. We got a lot this week, so we'll be going through them. And the first one, we got to hit the James gang because they have yet another TikTok. But this one, to me, like, the other ones were pretty cool. Like, it was cute. Like, this one seemed lazy. The song's dope. I love this song by Wiz Khalifa, and I love this song. But they're getting lazy. Look at LeBron. Yeah. No emotion.
Yeah,
next.
Tired.
Honey.
He looks tired.
Yeah.
Okay,
LeBron
but I do have to
look
say,
out of shape in the video.
This is how the dance is. You guys, I've officially gotten myself deeply entrenched into the TikTok world. This is the whole thing. So they're doing it 100%. That's what it is.
Hey, knowing this family, knowing LeBron, like, they would normally add flavor to it, though. That's the thing.
Right?
Like,
yeah, I agree.
She laughed. I thought she was going to come out with a little something at the end, but she didn't.
No, that's...
Yep.
No, so I get that, Devin. I get that that's the move, but I'm just a little disappointed that, Bronny and LeBron and yeah, little Shuri. Like, Shuri
was supposed to save it.
Yeah. She's so cute.
All right, get back to the drawing board, James. Again, we got time for the next one, so now on to the next one. Moving on, we got Steph Curry. I love this. When I first saw this, I'm like, why is Steph Curry filtering his wine? But allegedly, he forgot the mask was on when he initially went for the first drink. So then he tried to play like this was all on purpose, and now there he's like this Joker.
That is fantastic.
Best part is his daughter looking at him like, Dad, you got it. Okay, live your life, Daddy. Go ahead.
That is adorable.
Yeah, I love that. Moving on.
These NBA players over here losing their minds.
Dang, yeah. Just, man, I got it.
I'm like, I'm sick of them saying they're bored when, like, you guys have mansions and all this stuff that you guys can run around in. You guys can go to all these different rooms. Like, how do you think we feel, okay? Like, I live in, like, I don't even know how many square feet, but it's probably the size of his living room, my whole house. So,
Preach.
I know. And now our beaches and the hiking trails are all closed down, so we can't even do that anymore.
Oh, thanks, Eric Garcetti and everybody that turned up this weekend. Because of you, I can't a lot.
Idiots. Now, Britt mentioned this earlier on in the show, so I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about this one. But Serge Ibaka, he's getting a little lonely, man. He's having a rough time being all by himself in quarantine. He tweeted this out, saying, "Spending the quarantine alone as a single man makes me think what this time would be like if I was married. ... Married people or couples, what do you think? Question mark."
I mean, if you want to try it out, he can call me. He can. I'm here to help you, sir. DM me. I will be over there, and we'll see
how it goes. We can play house. Yeah, all you want.
He can be on the Fumble Live. Look, if it's that serious, me and Britt. Look, we can go in shifts.
Yeah. Did we just become sister wives, Jackie?
Girl, I'm down. I am down.
Hey, just let me know when the TLC show comes up. I'll be watching. I'll be watching it.
I'm not even gonna lie. I've probably downloaded onto my phone like 10 dating apps during this weekend because I was just so bored. Like, I don't even know if I actually plan on even really, once this whole quarantine phase is over, actually going on a date with anybody. But I have people to text message now on the app, and it's great. Like,
you have a pen pal.
Yes. I have like a bunch of pen pals that keep, and I'm just like, this is good. Like, I need some kind of interaction. And then it's perfect too. The dating apps are perfect right now because you don't have the pressure of going on a date with them at the time because you can't go on dates right now. So it's like you get to know somebody, and then after a month, you can be like, I actually don't want to talk to you anymore. Thanks for a month of companionship.
My real life is back. It was fun, though. Thank you.
Right.
See, I knew that went exactly how I expected it. I literally, in my notes, just wrote down the quote and just said, let them take it away. And you guys on cue. That's why I just went quiet after I read the tweet, because you guys went right on cue. But Serge, there you go. Options, buddy. You got options.
Serge be cooking and stuff too. Perfect. Let's go. He has a little cooking show. I don't want to eat all the stuff in that show, but you know.
See, that's why we got the shifts. I'll eat it.
Have you seen what they cook on the show? They like eat like rat soup.
I know. I saw crocodile feet. Like, what is it?
No.
I was gonna say I volunteer as tribute to do the same thing for Jimmy Garoppolo. So
there you go. Now you know why she want over in San Francisco. See,
wives now.
Anyways, moving on to another TikTok. Jason Tatum joined the crew, and boy, did he not put any effort into joining the TikTok world, because the whole song is talking about getting loose. And if you look at my boy Tatum, he doing everything but getting loose. He off beat. He looks stiff.
Isn't he up? I thought my internet connection was slow, and then I kept rewatching. Like, no, he is not on beat. Not even. He can't even catch beat.
Also, quickly calling out Dope Fresh. He gave us $5. Thank you so much, Dope Fresh. Love you. Okay, continue on, Chris.
Yeah, Dope Fresh. That's still my favorite name in the chat. But yeah.
This is why I don't like TikTok, because there's too many accounts like this of people who shouldn't be on it. Like, come on, Jason, my guy. Come on.
That 100% goes on my list as not even the list. It's a short list of the worst TikTok I've seen to date. Do better, all right? You got your game stepped up this year. You got to, double up with that TikTok. Anyways, moving on to a video I loved because I can relate, because I would be the same way. But Russ was out there hyping up wifey, and not only that, look, Nina was out. She was getting buckets, boy. She was shooting her shot, and with little kids running around, not helping. By the way, y'all can get rebounds, guys. Come on, I know you're young, but come on, you can try to get a rebound. But yeah, look, he was out.
Good pass,
shot after shot. I think she made 3 in a row, and Russell Westbrook was just hyping her.
Are we surprised? Like, this woman that played at UCLA, she was one of the best at the time, 1 through 5 players. She knows how to play every position on the court. She's 6'1". Like, are we surprised? Nina Earl? Y'all remember Nina Earl? Like, Westbrook now, but that's Nina Earl.
Getting buckets. And shout out to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook was hyping up, and I love that. All right, on to this next one. Oh boy. You ever sometimes these social media apps, like, they kind of worry me because we're getting older and the apps are getting younger. Seeing Trey Young do this, post up these pictures, trying to doing his attempt at a trap. It reminded me of seeing like some middle schooler putting up a picture of them shirtless, trying to like show off for girls. Like, it was just uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. It was super uncomfortable, and I'm so glad that his own teammate Brandon Goodwin and our guy we talked about on this show, Jazz player Donovan Mitchell, they called him out on it, man, because he posted these pictures. I don't know if the pictures are gonna come up. I don't know if they come up yet, but this basically the pictures of him shirtless, and I don't know. Maybe it's for the that we're not seeing it.
Yeah.
Can we all agree, ladies, we are not going to be a sister wife to Trey Young
yes.
with that picture?
Oh, for sure.
In agreement.
Okay,
Definitely in agreement on that.
I don't. And the whole mask, it was so like staged. I don't think he's out there playing basketball in his house with a mask on. He just like put the mask on to be relevant and then like show off the abs. Ooh, Trey, not good.
Rough one, buddy. It's rough.
Yeah,
But
that was rough.
I have to reread the response from Donovan Mitchell because that's exactly what my thought was. Donovan Mitchell responded to it saying, "Boy, if you don't just sit down and watch some Netflix," and then he put the Russell Westbrook, like, "Who's this guy, Jeff?" I loved it. I'm like, "Yo, Donovan."
That is classic.
Love it.
On to the next one. Hopefully we have the video, but we had Zion Williamson. This video is hilarious. From back when he was in high school, there was a kid. And now a lot of people who know the full story about Zion Williamson, when he played high school, he was playing against a lot of kids that were much, much smaller than he was. And this, look at my boy right here. He's like, "I'll take the challenge, coach. I got him." This is my man clapping it up, hyping him up.
To his elbow. Like,
I know.
This is the greatest.
Zion's face, though. Like, boy.
Like, but can we talk about Zion's attempt? Like, what is that? That's not what you're supposed to
The
do.
guy got him, though, because he didn't make the shot. So, shout out to young man.
No, you can't make that face and then go for some little, like, referee, foul. Like, no, you go dunk on him if you make that. You made, like, a Jordan-esque face and then you went up with, like, a mug. Like, no, you can't be doing that, Zion. Anyways, but yes, I don't know his name, couldn't find his name, but shout out to my man out there who, took the challenge and wasn't even scared. That's what I'm talking about. That's how it's supposed to be.
Never scared.
Now this next one, I have no words because I'm not 7'5", so I don't know how it's like to be 7.
And last but not least, me driving my car is like you driving a go-kart.
I love that, man.
That is awesome.
To me, driving a car is like driving a golf cart. I was like, damn, Taco, I'm sorry, bro.
That must be so nice to never have to go get a little ladder. I have like a step stool that I have to use in my closet and in my kitchen. And like, where's he at when I need him? Like,
Right?
that is amazing. I wish I knew that life. Not that life really, but I have actually, like, one of my NBA friends, he said they didn't have shoes like his size when he was a kid, so his toes literally look like the claw, and they have so many, like, bunions and stuff on him, because he always had to be like this. His toes had to be curled in his shoes when he was younger. And I'm like, oh, that's struggle.
I got a half idea, because Britt just said it, and I'm sure there's a lot of other ladies that have issues with reaching, higher things that are up high. So I'm saying, Taco, you need to come out with the app called Taco Call. So then put the call in, and then you go over to the house, you get whatever it is from the highest spot, give it to them, get your $5, and then go back. Because you ain't playing in the league. You know what I'm saying? You were playing in the G League, so until you get that call up, you get the Taco Call in Boston, and then there it is, man. You're going to get some nice money.
That's a good one. That is a good one. That is like that. Do you guys remember? I think it was like a State Farm commercial or whatever, and they kept using, like, I don't remember what player it was, but the lady was like bringing him over, and he's like just using his hand to clean the gutters out and like grab all the. I don't remember what commercial.
I don't remember what player.
Exactly
I know exactly what commercial you're talking.
That's your job. That's your day job, Taco.
I got you, Taco. I'm just trying.
I don't like it because then in a couple months we're gonna be talking about alleged baby mamas, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's true.
I don't like
Jackie, you have such an aversion to the baby mamas. I'm learning in all these lives.
I don't like it.
So you went straight to some baby moms. Like, dang, Taco, maybe.
See, I
Oh,
was
oh,
thinking he starts making some different house calls. I see where you're going, Jackie.
Now they're mandatory court-ordered house calls. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
See, I think I would benefit from a tall person helping me reach stuff, but I wasn't even thinking about the baby mama aspect of it. So
I need to make that.
No agenda.
Sorry, we'll talk, Taco. Just hit me up. We'll talk about it. All right, next one goes to Freddie Freeman, who plays for the Braves. I love this video because I love his son's reaction. So basically, he's playing baseball in the backyard with his son, and we talk about on this show, like when you're playing with the kids, like you got to go all in. Like you can't just half-ass it with the kids. And that's what Freddie did. So good pitch, by the way, by little man, but he hit that thing so far away into the next. You look at my boy staring at it.
Like the hell? Daddy.
Oh, Dad.
He
Come
throws
on,
the ball.
Dad.
And I feel like he's thinking like, oh, who about to go get that?
That's the way he threw the ball. I was like, I ain't pitching to you again. That's my favorite ball.
that's like Taco
That was
playing
cute.
basketball. That's like Taco playing basketball with all those kids, and he wasn't letting any of them make a basket.
Never forget you kid is.
Hey, no
forget
free
those.
shots. No free shots.
I love it. I love it. But I respect the little kid for having the just like the come to real like that I have to go get that, Dad. Like you're
Right.
get the ball, Dad. No, shout out to him. Like, all right, last but not least, people are still flying, idiots. So because of that, you're trying to get home. I'm assuming that's what these guys are trying to do, trying to get home. So they decided to pull out their whole Xbox and plug it into the TVs in the airport, and they're over there having another batting tournament while they're waiting for their flight. Thoughts on that one, ladies?
I love
I know
it.
y'all not age, but what do you think about that?
I mean, go ahead, Jackie.
We have a lot of people that are unfortunately trapped. They came from. I have two that came from Australia, and just to visit family, and they're trapped. And they originally were told they're not going to be able to leave until like April 28th, and so it's this whole like. We're staying in an Airbnb, like where are we supposed to go now kind of thing. So they're trapped, and they're saying that they're hoping their airlines will let them fly out on March 28th, but they're saying they're going to have to stay in the airport for like 24 hours just on a hope and a prayer that they'll get out. So take the damn Xbox. I'm for it. You got to entertain yourself, but you got to get back too. I get that traveling's not a good thing, but you're not at home. Like you want to just go home. They do have to quarantine for 2 weeks when they get home though, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, take the Xbox.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to be waiting in an airport and it's empty, so it's not like they're going to be disturbing that many people, go ahead and play.
Shout out to the airport for letting them do it. I was like, yeah, that's dope. That's kind of dope.
Who's gonna stop them?
Yeah.
In there.
And then, I just want to see. I
The
want to see the
workers
after,
like, I ain't going by them. Like,
Right, I ain't touching them.
I just want to see the after video of them like, oh, we're boarding now. Watching them, struggle to unplug it and put it back in. Hold on, we coming. Hold on, wait a minute. Yeah. I want to see
Planes will be
that.
like, we'll wait. It's only y'all getting on. We'll wait.
That's it for the poster.
All
All right, so here we go. WTF Quarantine Edition. Now, I know a lot of y'all came for me when I called Tom Brady a diva. I'm going to stick to it because now he's lying. Now he's saying that he did not demand anything. We heard reports that he had asked to have some control over what people came, what personnel came. He also wanted to be involved in the play calling. But now, according to Rick Stroud of the Tampa Bay Times, Tom Brady didn't ask for control over anything. He didn't ask for not one thing, including not to wear number 12. The only thing he wanted was the phone number of his teammates so he could call and get acquainted with everybody. Are y'all buying that?
No. Literally, no one buys this. I love how he's coming out and trying to say that it's like, oh, I just want to say hi to my... No, we know that's not true.
Right? Yeah, not
He's
even a
calling
little.
them to be like, listen, bro, you're third string now. You got moved up. I'm going to do this. Yada, yada. Y'all have to wear these shoes to practice. You have to wear these gloves to catch my balls. Like,
Listen
come
up,
on.
Chris.
Pause.
Listen up, Chris. I need my number 12. You had a good season last year. I'm glad. Good for you, but I need my 12. Thank you. I knew that.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So like lion. I don't like the lion. So also, okay, moving on. LeBron, he posted this article to his IG this week. It's an article from when he was in high school and he was playing football. The first paragraph says the number one football prospect in the state of Ohio probably won't be playing football much longer. It goes on and he calls him a taller, slower version of Randy Moss. It's the slower. Like, did you have to put that in there? But
I mean, Randy Moss, that boy good. Like, he was fast.
Right, he real good. He's fast. So he's slow. He's not really Randy, but whatever. So LeBron went on to say he revealed the real reason why he didn't continue to play football. He said his teammates said if he stepped foot on a football field his senior year, they would kick his ass every day of practice until he had enough. He went on to say, anyways, you linebackers, cornerbacks, and safeties can thank my homies. I stayed over in the hoops lane or would have been plenty of highlights mossed on y'all. No, there wouldn't have. They said slower. I love you, Bron, but come on.
You know what I would love to see during this quarantine time that I think would be magical? We saw a guy do it with his little daughter the other day. LeBron James, can we, not a TikTok video, can we get a combine video from you? I want to see him.
That would be dope.
You got vertical, space. Like, he got time, he got space. Yeah. He got, his kids can run the clock. Yes. Like, let's see it. Like, that would be so much better than seeing all these TikTok ones, especially after that last TikTok. That's not what we're trying to see. Little Shimmy, I want you to run a 40, okay?
I think that's a great idea, but LeBron, don't do it. We already saw the slower in high school, so you slow as hell now. Don't get out there. Don't do it.
I want to see Ronnie
Rich Eisen, though.
Right?
Oh my God.
He'll be somebody.
So true. All right. So this one's my favorite because, I love and hate Steph. I love him a lot, but I just hate that he's so perfect in everything he does. We all know that. I hate that about him. But we all know that he loves to play golf, and then he goes and decides to make a trick shot out of golf in his home. And what does he do? Of course, he freaking makes it. Do we have that shot? Do we have it? All right, I don't know if we see it. But the trick shot was, I'm in my house, I'm going to hit the ball off of the front door, and land it in a tiny-ass cup.
It was dope.
Oh, here it is.
Successfully.
Look at this.
That's fire.
Look.
Oh, okay, he's so annoying. We can all.
It's good.
Like, so good at everything.
Great.
I like him.
Everybody likes him.
I was saying, who does it? Like, yeah.
Perfect.
I don't even know if you've seen on his Instagram, he posts, he's like, even the pros miss sometimes, and he's shooting these 3-point shots, he's making all of them, and then he edits in a brick from like a wooden basketball.
I saw that one.
Steph, you just rubbing it in now. It's too much.
Right.
Too much. But that's all I got, so now it's time for Brit's Takes.
What's up, guys? So the MLB announced that they will actually need a whole entire month of exhibition games and practices before they are able to start a season. So once they decide that the coronavirus is not affecting them anymore, we will have to wait a month longer before we can actually see an opening season game because they said their players need to gear up and get ready. Now, I have some questions for that, but previously, they also stated that they have their 162 game season as of now is out of the window for the MLB. They are not, for almost positive, that they are not going to actually have a full season. In 1995, they played like 144 game season. Back in the 80s, they had a couple seasons where they played 100 games. But if they go until, I believe it is June, like a season start in June, they said they would at least be able to have 100 games, which they feel like that would be an adequate enough season to go in that point. But if they go into July or into August, then there's going to be obviously a huge disruption with the games. And at that point, they have said that they might decide to do an NCAA-style tournament. So they might play a handful of games and then decide to do a tournament in order to get to the end of the season quicker for them not to interrupt next season. Because they said the main thing they don't want to do is have to interrupt or change anything for seasons going further. Because obviously, we know, like, baseball's been America's pastime. Like, it's been around forever. Their season's been pretty much the same forever. So they don't want to change that at all. So whatever they can do to make sure season still finishes on time, they will do. And one of the things they're currently thinking about doing is this NCAA-style tournament if it goes past June. what I want to say is, do you guys think, because the MLB stated that this is going to happen and that they might have to have they have to wait a month before they start their regular season, does that mean the same thing for the NBA too? Because I actually did speak with a couple athletes this weekend. Nobody's actually working out, and they actually kind of wanted to say, when I think it was Serge that did the video of him running up and down his thing, and then Quinn Cook did the same thing. They said they just did that for the gram. Like, people, like other athletes aren't believing that they're actually working out at home like that. They think everyone's just sitting up. The athletes I spoke with are just sitting up in the house, not doing really anything. They haven't been training, haven't been working out. Since they recently closed the facilities or whatever, now the teams can't, or that the players can't individually go up there and work out. So this could be a silver lining that the MLB said that they're going to do that, because we all were worried about the NBA going straight into playoffs, and then those 7 through 10 seeds that we were, the Pelicans still had a chance, but whatever. Like, most of the people I spoke with said they are not going to go right into the playoffs, and the MLB deciding that they're going to do this is like a good sign that the NBA will probably do something similar, to where they have the guys come in, either if they're playing 10 games, maybe it's not the full, like, I don't know, most teams had like 23 to 25 games left to play. If they just play maybe 10 games before going into playoffs or something like that, which is a good thing. If they do that, that's a good thing, because that's what we all want to see. We all want people still fighting for the chance to make the playoffs for the NBA, because everything was so close. Do you guys think that the NBA and possibly the NFL, if they end up going into a situation where they have to postpone their season, do you think that they would do something similar to where they would have, like, whatever it is, a couple kind of like almost preseason style games, or maybe little tournament style thingies, in order to get back into the groove of the players playing before they go into a playoff situation?
Yeah, I think they would have to, because, like you said, everyone's sitting around and you're just getting off your game. The only one that I've seen consistently working out is LeBron James, because he posts it like every other day on his Instagram. But at the same time, I think that some people just respond to things differently. I have friends who, when they're stressed out or when they're bored, they work out. I have friends who, when they're stressed out and they're bored, they eat. So,
hey, that's me.
So I think you definitely have to give them time to get back onto that. And not only that, but for the fans, you don't want to come out and see everyone running at half speed. You want to have them have time to get up to full speed. Yeah, so I think they kind of have to, but at the same time, I think it'll be very beneficial for those who are maintaining their workout not to have to kind of dust those cobwebs off. But everything, I think, is just day by day, unfortunately, but I do think they'll follow suit as well.
Yeah. Chris, do you think that it is fair for the leagues to assume that the players are still working out, or do you think that it's a situation where they know a lot of these guys probably don't get to work out like they need to, or don't even have the resources that LeBron James spends $1 million a year on his healthcare alone. So some of the guys don't have the resources, or just like the mentality that LeBron has gained over his career. Do you think it's fair for the league to assume that guys are continuing to work out during this time?
No, and I don't, and also especially because we know how we feel about Adam Silver. I believe that they aren't thinking that. At least I would like to think that. I don't think that they're expecting the players to be working out, especially like you said, because knowing that the training facilities are shut down for players, all players now. It's not even before how it was like, one at a time they can go through. It's shut off for everybody so they can't even train. And there's a difference between LeBron James and Quinn Cook. I'm not saying Quinn Cook might not have the want or the drive. He doesn't have the assets like a LeBron James does.
Yeah, we saw him in that little apartment.
His little apartment, right.
The wall, trying to,
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. And, Jackie hit it right on the head. Like, to expect these guys to come right into the season or right into the playoffs after damn near a whole off season being off, these few months or whatever they're going to be waiting on, is crazy, because playoffs is when they play their best basketball, and you want to see the best basketball because this is for the championship, and some guys might take longer to get back in a groove than others. And I would be surprised if the league was expecting these guys to just be ready to get right back in it, which is why the more you think about it, the more it makes sense that you got to have, and I'd be cool with the tournament, but I feel like they don't even need to do that. Like, just throw in, because I think it was like
for NBA or for MLB.
Well, for MLB, I think that makes the problem. I'm saying for the NBA to adopt, I don't think they need to do that just because we had about like 15, 18 games left in the season anyway. So just, minimize that, maybe 10 or something like that and go into the playoffs that way. I'd be surprised if they were expecting them to just, all right, guys, get in there and do it. Like, that'd be crazy to me.
I do want to say, though, I feel surprised that more athletes aren't working out regularly because we didn't know going into this hiatus how long the break would be. So I expected, not that they need to be, but I did expect everybody to continue maintaining their workout routines and practicing and all of that. Not necessarily to be playoff ready right after the suspension, but I was expecting more of like an active break as opposed to just a full off season, even though that's basically what it is.
Yeah,
I wasn't. I was
think
expecting
Go ahead.
I was expecting the veterans to do it because they're veterans and they know what to do. But the younger guys, I expected the young guys to be like, "Oh, TikTok." So
I think it's I think Donovan Mitchell said it perfectly because he's literally like, "What are you doing, Trae Young? Like, go watch Netflix." Like at this point, the players are just watching Netflix. I think that proved it right there because he literally is like, "What? Why are you trying to even work? Like, go watch Netflix, like everybody else is doing, pretty much, Like, and I think initially they were all continuing to work out, but now that they know it's probably going to be at least a month, possibly 2 months or whatever, at the very least, I think now they've kind of like chilled out a bit and like really taken this as like, oh, it's off season, like, because now they know they might not really get much of an off season because if this keeps getting dragged on and then if they don't want to push the like NBA season back for next season, they're probably going to have a short actual off season because I know a lot of the players actually now can travel from what I've like heard, but they aren't obviously because nobody wants to fly. But they're not like, I don't know what the word is. Expected to stay basically in the city that they play in right now. They can leave. They don't have to stay there right now. So I think once they got that message, I think that's when they started like saying, okay, we're not working out anymore. But I think to your point, Devin, like originally they probably were like working out and we thought like, oh, because we don't know how long. But I think now especially when they closed the facilities, I think that's when players were like, okay, like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because there's so many pieces to it because like, nutritionists, chefs and the places to work out and stuff like that. Like there's only so much you can do when everyone's telling everybody to stay home, to stay in one place. Don't move, don't unless you have to.
A lot of their chefs aren't working. Like they'd be told to not come in and cook for them and stuff like that. And a lot of these guys can only heat up some SpaghettiOs. Like, come on.
Yeah. With their mamas eating mama food, which is not right.
Yeah, that hearty mama food.
Yeah, that's not good for seasons. Right.
Well, any final thoughts before we wrap up today's show? All right.
Out there, y'all.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Are you still shadowboxing, Devin?
Yeah, Devin, are you out there fighting the coronavirus?
I'm out. Tomorrow I'm going to be shadowboxing, so get ready, you guys.
Okay, man.
Just kidding.
Some love in the chat. She out there.
Don't get arrested, Devin.
Seriously.
We're not allowed to be out at the park anymore.
I'll do it in my living room.
Be outside
anyway,
your door.
You guys, everyone make sure you stay safe. We're going to be back here again 11 a.m. Pacific Standard